everybody, and welcome back to the Chan. In today's video, we are taking a look at something straight out of Iron Studios. Exciting. We are taking a look at the Thundercats Lion-O, Tygra, Panthro, Cheetara, and Snarf, all from the Iron Studios MiniCo line. Ow! The MiniCo line is almost a Funko-like line where figures and characters share some of the same features and are condensed into this more generalized scheme. These MiniCo statues are officially licensed, hand-painted, made of PVC, and these Thundercats specifically retail for $30 US each. So a big thank you to Iron Studios for sending these cool cats and kittens for us to take a look at and review today. If you are interested in taking a little peek-see at their MiniCo line or any other of their awesome statues, because they got a ton. They got Marvel, they got Thundercats, Jurassic Park, Batman, Lord of the Rings, and loads more. There is a link to Iron Studios in the description below of this video, as well as a 10% discount code when you use the code LauraLegends10. It only works on regular priced items, not sale items, and is valid until December 31st. Thundercats was an American animated TV series running for 130 episodes between 1985 and 1989. We follow a group of cat-like humanoids who escape their planet's destruction and find themselves on a new planet called Third Earth, where they have a little run-in with the locals like mutants, creatures, and of course Mumm-Ra, the undead sorcerer. And if there's any Thundercats fans, let me know in the comments down below who your favorite Thundercat is. I actually really like Tygra the best. I love his color scheme, I love his outfit and design. So on the top here, as with all of them, we have this small graphic of the character, and on the side, as with all of them, we have this awesome art piece of the character. On the back, we see Lion-O and the rest of his buddies that you can get in this series. Since this is only series 1, maybe series 2 will have the other 2 remaining Thundercats, like Wily Kit and Wily Cat, and maybe even we'll get Mumm-Ra. We do have a loose accessory. We have Lion-O's Sword of Omens, and it's definitely a little heavier than I was expecting. It's definitely heavier than a Funko Pop for sure, and you can definitely feel a lot of weight in that giant bulbous head at the top there. Lion-O is the leader of the Thundercats who wields the Sword of Omens, which has the ability to call the Thundercats. It can also give him sight beyond sight to see what his pals are up to, and it does loads more. Lion-O was actually a child when he entered the escape ship in Thundera, but his suspended animation capsule that was supposed to slow his aging failed, and he arrived on Third Earth as an adult. Lion-O is about 6 inches tall without his sword, and with his sword he is 7.5 inches tall. And to put his sword in, you just kind of unclip the handle from the rest of the sword, stick it through his hand, and then clip the sword back together. I absolutely love the colors on this figure. It's like a cartoon kind of brought to life. They're very vibrant, very saturated, nice colors. His hair looks like cream on a cake. It's so billowy and nice, and it looks like it's blowing in the wind. There's a lot of really cool details on the face here. So like the eyebrows are raised off of the face, even like the eyelids and eyelashes, the tops and the bottoms, his kind of eyeliner look. Even the little sections where his eye is kind of different color and his mouth is different color, it's also raised. Some really nice detailing on his costume there. I don't know what you call a costume like that, like kind of a like spandex suit or something. Belt here with the Thundercats logo on it, and also that Thunderclaw is awesome. Love that gold. It's such a shiny metallic gold, and it really stands out on the figure. I think it's really neat that he actually has a base too. The base also includes a Thundercats nameplate with the logo. It's a very simple base, just kind of this rocky texture with a little bit of, you know, gray spattering here and there. By adding this base, it really does kick it up a notch. You know, it takes it from a figure to almost, you know, a mini statue. And here's a little peek at the bottom of the base. Next up, we have my favorite, Tygra. Tygra is an architect and a scientist who designed the Cat's Lair and all the other structures on Third Earth. Lion-O tends to turn to Tygra for counsel and is sort of second in command. He also has the ability to go invisible and wields the bolo whip, which he certainly knows how to use. Is it weird that I find Tygra attractive? You know, he's half cat, I'm a human. How's that gonna work? We'll make it work. I especially love Tygra's bolo whip. I think that's really neat. I love how it's actually, you know, kind of suspended like this over him, like it's floating and he's like in mid whoosh. Gradient effect on his arms is also really nice. It goes from orange to kind of white in a nice gradient with his little stripy arms. His suit looks really nice too, definitely all the classic colors from the cartoon series, and his head is awesome. I love how his stripes on his head are all raised. He's got the same kind of level of detail that Lion-O had on his eyes. in terms of like the raised sections where the color is different on his mouth and eye area and his eyeliner and such. And really nice sculpt work on those tufts of hair, you know, on the sides of his head and as well as on the back. And his whip is a little bendy and has some give to it, but you know, if you took this piece and you put it like that straight up, it'd probably break. Next up, we have Panthro. Panthro is the mechanic, engineer, and pilot for the Thundercats, and is responsible for the creation and upkeep of things like the Thunder Tank. He is the strongest warrior out of the group and wields the nunchucks. So here is Panthro. Panthro is definitely obviously less ornate looking than, you know, a tiger, a lion, and a cheetah, because, you know, panthers, they're just kind of one color, they're very sleek. Love the details on his boots there. I love the kind of ribbons and strings there that are used to kind of tie around his ankles and his knee and calf area there, and the spikes on his armor look really cool too, like on his wristbands and on those kind of suspenders he's got rocking there that are holding up his giant underpants. The nunchuck chain is bendy, you know, but don't go like blah, blah, with it, because it obviously probably will break, but it does have a lot of give to it. Again, with the other ones, same detail around the eyes, the eyeliner, the mouth. Definitely those spikes and that string, like I said, on his feet are really, really neat details on this guy. And last but certainly not least, we have Cheetara and Snarf. Snarf, snarf. And Cheetara is all about speed. That is her special ability. Whoa, her hair looks really cool. That is her special ability, is super, super speed. And she also has this kind of sixth sense where she can see into the past, see the future, and she also has this sort of intuition to sense danger. Whoa, Cheetara has a really nice butt. So like I said, Cheetara's special ability is speed. She is super fast that her feet are on fire. My favorite thing on her little statue here is obviously her hair. Her hair it almost looks like fire. It looks awesome. It's like kind of orange and yellow all melting in together really, really seamlessly. And she's got all her little spots here, her little cheetah spots. And again, like the other figures, same detail around the eyes and the raised sections of the different colors on the face. And we got her little leotard here, and she's definitely got some curves. I mean, she's got some hips going on here, and she's got her little kind of wristband here and bracelets on the side. Here's her bow staff, and her bow staff can actually kind of move in her hand a bit. So if you wanted to, you can move her bow staff all the way kind of up like this. It kind of looks like a giant wand or something, or you can move it, you know, kind of all the way back like this. And lastly, we do have Snarf. Who is a Snarf? His real name is actually Osbert. Snarf is the comic relief of the group and always finds himself getting into trouble by accident, but he does come through at the last minute many times to help the group. Snarf served as Lion-O's nursemaid and protector on their home planet of Thundera when Lion-O was a boy. I didn't realize that Snarf was actually a separate little piece, so he just kind of has this kind of moon shape here, this crescent moon shape, and he can fit actually with any of the Thundercats that he wants to, you know, be posed with. He's got a really cute face and some awesome paint details on him. Like here in the back, you can see orange highlights on the back of his head, and I like those details and the kind of texturing and paint on the sides of his body that go all the way down to the tip of his tail. His claw detailing is really nice on the feet there too. So let's compare these to some Funko Pops, shall we? I like how intricate these guys are, you know, the MiniCos compared to the other generalized toys out there. I think my favorite thing is I really do like how they have stands. Like I said, it takes it from a figure all the way to like a mini little statue. The stand certainly sets them apart and makes them really easy to display and stand. So the one kind of thing I did notice with these figures is that in a few areas there is kind of, you know, imperfect paint application, you know, which is expected with figures of this size and, you know, and they're hand painted and everything. So it is expected that it's not going to be 100% perfect in the paint department, but in some areas it's, you know, not painted fully. It might have kind of bled out into another area and kind of leached out there, or there is even like a chip or two in the paint, you know, revealing a little bit of the material underneath. But I mean, these are such minor little imperfections that you kind of have to look at it with a magnifying glass to really see it. So in the comments down below, I'd love to know what you think of this MiniCo line. Do you think they look better than the other sort of generalized figures out there like Funko Pops? And what other characters or franchises would you be interested in seeing in this MiniCo style? So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I come out with new videos every week. Come check me out on social media and help support the channel on Patreon. So thank you all so much for watching, and stay legendary.